welcome to Random Fandom Chats. I'm Tandra.
I'm Dee Dee.
And this is Annabeth. And we talk about pretty much anything and everything sci-fi, fantasy related. And today's topic is I Dream of Jeannie, which is an old television show from the 60s, which many of you might have seen.
Or at least have heard references to.
Right. It's an intriguing concept.
A little bit silly.
Where basically this astronaut runs across, he's a test pilot or something, he crashes and he runs across a bottle and there's a genie in it. And so
she helps him get off the island.
She helps him in. She basically becomes his genie throughout the rest of the series, but she gets him in a lot of trouble because as the myth of the djinn or genies go anyway, they tend to be not always...
Yeah, they're mostly just tricksters or whatever you wish for. It doesn't quite come out to the way you'd want it to.
And quite often this happens that way in the show where he might say, well, just do this, and then she'll do it, and then it'd be like, oh my gosh.
It's like, no, wait, no, turn it back, but the damage is already done.
Right, and he really doesn't want a genie, and he has to hide her.
Which is so unrealistic that a guy would not want this scantily clad, a girl who's fawning all over him to be around.
Well, and it's funny, because early on in the show, I think maybe even in the pilot episode, he has like a girlfriend or a fiance.
He does. I do remember very distinctly that he has a girlfriend.
And Jeannie basically works it out to where she gets booted to the curb.
Pretty much.
Because Jeannie pretty much, is in love with Master, Nelson. And
the girlfriend was actually the daughter of his superior officer at the base.
But it is just one of those fun, campy shows that they did in the 60s. It doesn't take itself too seriously. You watch it just for the comedic value of it. There really isn't anything...
It's kind of dated in a lot of ways, as things from that time period tend to be, so that's understandable.
And the main thing is he wants her to stay at home, stay out of the way, not be noticed by anybody, because, they can't live together. And not until later...
Scandalous.
Not until later on, anyway, when they finally get married and whatnot, but...
he finally decided, having his genie probably wouldn't be the baddest thing in the world.
He finally decided he loved her and he wanted to marry her and all that, but she lived in his house, so she'd always have to hide. She'd often have to hide in her bottle, which was heavily decorated on the inside and out.
Yeah.
Now, that's actually kind of an interesting story. This bottle here was actually lent to us by a friend, but...
There was actually a story behind this bottle. I guess the company Jim Beam put these out and department stores sold them around this time. And one of the producers or prop guys working on I Dream of Jeannie just went out and just bought a whole bunch of them. And then they painted them up, put jewels on them, and just decorated with them. So this is actually one of those official bottles.
Yeah, which is kind of cool that because they are decorated very cool in the series. And then they
show... This is, of course, a plain one.
And they sometimes show her, when she's inside the bottle and she's got these wonderful pillows and
nice lounging cushions,
and everything, which is really cool.
Nice drapey, canopies,
and to get her in and out of the bottle was a nice invention where it was just smoke, coming in and out. So they came up with
kind of cool special effects for the day,
stuff that didn't cost a lot. It was really easy to accomplish what they needed to do, which was cool.
Still a neat effect.
Yeah. Of course, the series had you had your one person who was because. The astronaut, the main character, Colonel Nelson, he had a psychiatrist on the base who always thought he was just going off of his nut.
Because he was always seeing evidence of, he would be standing there talking to a bottle, talking to Jeannie, but he would just see him talking to a bottle, and the psychiatrist would just be like, I think you're a little nuts.
Yeah, so that was always the humor of the show, was where he was either trying to hide Jeannie or trying to fix something that she accomplished,
Trying to get the magic to all go away before, somebody noticed. I think there was one instance where she conjured up, an elephant or some type of strange animal in his backyard, and he kept trying to move the animal from place to place to try to keep people from noticing.
And Larry Hagman played him great. There was some physical comedy with it, which was kind of funny at times, and he did a really good job. And Barbara Eden she was just drop dead gorgeous and funny and just really
great
cool.
Actress.
Yeah. And it was reminiscent of Bewitched at the time. You know, it was very similar.
Yeah, they seem to have these things where they like the ideas of like these couples, and the girl had like some like ability or magic potential, and the guy just
caused all kinds of problems
it,
for the guy.
and
right?
the guy just didn't like it. Like that seemed to be a theme for some things.
Yeah, it was at the time. So it's definitely a series worth picking up and watching or rewatching if you haven't seen them in a while, just for nostalgic
Again, just
sake.
kind of a light-hearted show to kind of mix in with some of the more serious, dramatic stuff you might be watching.
Right. So that might be good to do, and I think we're ready to pick out what we're going to do next time. You ready, Annabeth? You going to pick out your thing? Oh, you're writing it down. She's excited.
Mm-hmm.
You got a whole bunch in there. Let's see. She's going to pick out 3. All right, which one do you want? Oh, I guess this one. Okay, let's see what we got here. Maybe if I can get it open. Iron Man, the movie.
Ooh, now that's going to be a fun one to do.
It
Because
sure
I love
will.
Marvel.
Yeah.
All right. If you guys like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you like what we do, subscribe. Leave suggestions or general comments in the section below. And tell all your friends. And thank you for watching.